Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with our second round here at the European Darts Grand Prix. And welcome to the stage, a Lakeside World Championship finalist, the reigning Finder Darts Masters champion. He's Dutch, he's Noppert, Danny Noppert! We now introduce from Wales a UK Open and PDC World.
Well, we're halfway through this afternoon's session on the second day of the European Darts Grand Prix here at the home of German darts, Sindelfingen. And we've seen three seeded players win through: Ian White, Dave Chisnell, and the greatest showman, Joe Cullen, edging in a last leg decider against Martin Schindler before waving bye-bye to the last home nation qualifier, although he's not actually the last home nation qualifier. Unbeknownst to Joe, we have Robert Marjanovic in action this evening. Maybe Joe will tag team with Darren Webster and try and knock him out as well. But Jelle Klaassen was knocked out by Jermaine Watamina, the first seeded player to fall, and that could have repercussions for him in terms of trying to qualify for big TV events later in the year. But from one showman to another, Gerwyn Price takes to the stage, the runner-up at the Austrian Darts Open, and will probably have a match on his hands against Danny Noppert. Danny Dawson alongside me, Chris Murphy.
All right, Chrissy. Well, if you enjoyed that strutting about and shouting and screaming and all that carrying on,
Danny to throw first. Game on.
You're in luck, because it's Gerwyn Price on stage, and we will be carrying on in a similar fashion. Not so much from Noppy, it has to be said. However, Noppert, fantastically entertaining in his first round victory over Krzysztof Ratajski. They met earlier on this season on the European Tour, and it was a stinker, but that one yesterday was a belter. Particularly from Danny Noppert, it was excellent. And he continues this incredible record against Krzysztof Ratajski. Every single time he's played him, he has beaten him. Kind of opposite situation he's got against Gerwyn Price, because he's played one, lost one, and he only got one leg. But that is a very small sample size.
58.
Yes, Price edged out by Johnny Clayton in the final of the Austrian Darts Open, an all-Welsh affair. That will be the pairing for the World Cup of Darts, and Mark Webster said he can't see them not getting to the final, the former captain, ever present until now in the World Cup.
I'll tell you what, that German team looks handy though, doesn't it?
40.
Martin Schindler piling in the 100 average. I know he lost in the end, but it'll be in Germany, remember. Max Hopp, a Euro Tour winner this year. Wouldn't want to run into them.
39.
Yeah, and we saw in the previous match that the German crowds do get behind their boys.
171.
171 for Danny Noppert to leave the 132. He's only lost 3 points there, Gerwyn.
Well, that's why it was greeted with a smile rather than a furious bellow of anger.
Although that will be a slight concern if that's a problem with his points or the board, for example. Don't want a 60 falling out at a crucial point later on in this game.
Well, will not have any kind of problem with 132 points. 72 left. Can't find the treble with the second dart, so just sets up the shots.
$99. And you require 40.
Double top then. Danny Noppert.
First leg, Danny Noppert. Second leg is going to throw first. Game on.
I'd have said that. You would absolutely crucify.
Yeah, I know.
134.
It's all in the delivery room.
Well, the previous match really did deliver, and let's hope that is going to be the order of the day. Superb stuff between Martin Schindler and
98.
Joe Cullen. Had exceptional quality at times, and also had a bit of bite to it too, didn't it?
Exactly what we like to see.
121.
Gerwyn Price, much has been made of Gerwyn Price and his woes this year, and much has been made of people being in the Premier League and it just destroying them as players, and I think a lot of it is exaggerated. But for Gerwyn Price, who, you listen to some people, oh, not good enough, shouldn't have been in, oh, it's ruined him, he's never he's got 2 ranking titles, he's got a major final. This year, 3 ranking quarter-finals, a semi-final and a final.
85.
Not bad for a player who's supposedly shot.
It's all been good apart from the Premier League, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what the situation is.
It hasn't even been after the Premier League that he's just all of a sudden, everything else while he was playing in the Premier League was pretty decent.
There was a little spell, wasn't there, where he wasn't. There was a few weeks where it wasn't going well.
He himself admitted there was a bit of a time where he lost a bit of motivation, but it was only a couple of weeks where he was resigned to relegation.
Yeah, a couple of first-round exits in Milton Keynes, a couple of second-round exits as a seeded player in the Euro.
He wasn't up for playing darts, and Gerwyn Price is a player who has to be up for it.
Yes, exactly. You can't fake this man's approach to the game. Not a crucial miss, not right now at any rate. But it might become a crucial miss.
Yeah, a pressure pilot from Danny Noppert. And now Price can't afford any more mistakes.
On the second leg, Gerwyn Price.
No more mistakes. 1-1. Wasn't the highest quality final on the Euro Tour in Graz between the 2 Welshmen, only the second all-Welsh final we'd seen in PDC history.
140.
But it was close and it was dramatic, and it was the Ferret that stole it away.
42.
Gerwyn would have been his first big stage title.
Yeah, strangely, the Ferret not here.
Yeah, weird that, isn't it?
After winning his first European Tour title, but he'll be back. He'll be in the seeds very soon, won't he?
97.
£25,000 addition to his Pro Tour Order of Merit.
Yeah, debut at the match play for the Ferret. Of course, the match play is
96.
perhaps one of the times when we first saw Gerwyn Price show us what he's capable of, when he had that famous game with Adrian Lewis, and then he had an equally infamous game with Adrian Lewis the following year when they met again, and it was absolutely horrific. They both played dreadfully after all the build-up.
108.
Nothing horrific about that. Potentially 11 darter coming in from Danny Noppert. I was wondering whether Noppy
91
would be able to replicate the standard from yesterday when he averaged just shy of 100 against Krzysztof Ratajski. It's an encouraging start to this match, at least.
I've seen him in the European Tour a couple of times this year, and both times he's fallen at this hurdle, the Dutchman.
105.
And he's in his infancy as a PDC player, although he is a man who has vast experience from the stuff he's achieved in the BDO.
Danny Noppert.
He's looking to start making a bit more progress.
Yeah, it's interesting when I spoke to him after his first round win against Krzysztof, and you'd think, he's just averaged 100. He's beaten the reigning world master again. It's his best performance on a PDC stage so far, and I thought, he'll be flying here. He'll be. And when I asked him, do you feel that people are looking at you as a major champion? Obviously, Finn the Masters champion. And thinking, look, this is a guy who should be contending, should be winning things, should be doing stuff in the PDC. be a real threat. And he just dismissed it and said, no, not really. I'm just here to see what happens. Seems like he's got a very laissez-faire kind of attitude to how his first year or two in the PDC goes.
140.
Probably a good way of being.
Yeah, different characters, that's why we love the sport, and a contrast in the two here, certainly, as we mentioned. Gerwyn Price, a man who needs to be pumped up, needs to really believe he can demolish his opponent and go on and achieve great things. But Noppert just playing the board.
99. 122.
Price plenty in hand. Double 12. For an orthodox 1-2-2 check out. And just about the only man here that can outroar the crowd.
Well, Danny Noppert, we have seen him put in good displays on the Pro Tour, but what concerned me was when he's put in a big display. So, for example, he beat Peter Wright in the first round game.
140.
Averaged 100. One time he's averaged 100. Over the 100 mark. And then the very next game, he lost 6-1 to Roby John Rodriguez with an 85 average. When he beat James Wade, he then lost the very next game to Gerwyn Price.
100.
Having averaged 99 against James Wade, it was 85 against Gerwyn Price. It is the consistency that Danny Noppert has been lacking, and it's the consistency that he was able to produce in the BDO, certainly enough to win major titles.
140, 180, and Gerwyn Price poised to give himself a chance to break the throw.
140.
And it was a very significant run for him in Austria, Gerwyn Price, because you see there that he's the number 15 seed, so that £10,000 of ranking money will come in very handy indeed in terms of keeping him in the seeds for European Tour events.
Yeah, we should explain that, to be honest, because obviously Gerwyn Price 10 grand from that run in Graz, 25 grand for the ferret, but the ferret's not here. That's because this field was set up prior to Graz taking place.
Yeah.
So that money is yet to go on their ranking in terms of the seedings for various Euro Tours, which are coming up as Gerwyn Price looks at double 8, not his favourite bit of the board.
60.
As evidenced there.
But we had a look at the Pro Tour Order of Merit as it stands now before this match, and you see that without that 10 grand, even with a semi-final place, Price will be outside the top 16. Noppert's outside the double 19 there, but that time he's in it.
He has crept up behind Gerwyn Price and picked his pocket there.
Yeah, his throw was under threat. He managed to hold firm.
96.
There are some players who favour particular doubles so much that you think sometimes you'd rather see them, you'd feel more comfortable with them having one dart their favourite double than two darts at one they're not particularly keen on. And Gerwyn Price is one of them. That 76, had he just gone a single 20, single 16, one at tops, I'd be more confident of him hitting it than two at double 8.
125.
Oh, no sign of Noppy's level dropping from that impressive display against Krzysztof Ratajski. At the minute, he's averaging that 100 mark, as is Gerwyn Price, though. Looks like we could have another stormer of a game on here. Set-up shots don't come much better than that.
Yeah, Price with a possible 11 dart leg.
91. Going to 100.
And you'd fancy him with two at tops. Or one at tens.
90.
Not sure why.
Danny Require 100.
You'd be wrong to fancy him.
Do you fancy this? Does Danny fancy this?
Been good on the treble 20 so far this match. Why don't you hit another Danny? Why don't you hit another Danny? That's what you should have done.
98. Going to require 10.
Double 5 then to Gerwyn Price to level up proceedings once again. Edging closer,
No
but not close enough.
Danny requires 72.
For daylight. Another one there. Double top.
32. Going to require 10. Okay, on the stick leg.
Well, a similar feel to the previous leg, but the roles reversed.
Gerwyn Price. Bit of a lucky boy there. Only 3 out of 14 on his doubles. There you see, Danny Noppert a lot more clinical.
134.
Scoring's been good from Gerwyn Price though. There you see the first 9 average, big difference. And you do sometimes see players with an overall average higher than their first 9 average, and that tends to be because they're finishing very well. Sometimes it's just they're great at putting in setup shots. They're hitting, hitting 174s to leave tops or whatever. But it's usually the finishing which is preventing that from dropping a little further.
For Danny Noppert, it all seems to have been about the first dart, because he's had many more 140s and he's had tons.
And there we see a first dart making it difficult.
91.
And he only comes away with 91.
Price is going to be down to a checkout 2.
97. Danny requires 130.
Be the same that Danny had a go at in the previous leg.
He only needs 1 dart in the treble 20 this time for Danny Noppert. A second one would be good. Really? Well, I'm never Danny Noppert.
Well, Gerwyn Price has taken great offence to that. Saw what happened, walked away. Right, I'm going to go and have a little sip of my water and pump myself up, and I'm going to smash this 170 in and rub it right in his face.
If this goes, brace yourself. Oh, I was grabbing onto the table. But things might have been ripped apart. It'd be like King Kong going berserk in the Glass Palast had that gone in.
105.
Yeah,
the
Incredible Hulk will have to wait a while longer. There's Noppert. Well, he opted to tee up top, but he's missed that. Double 10. Missed again. But he gets there in the end. Top corner. And a touch of the Gerwyn Price from Danny Noppert there.
Well, don't usually see that from Noppert.
Unleashing emotion.
$35.
Strange one that. I think it hit a wire or the other dart perhaps. It bounced out in a strange way.
134.
Peter Wright or Kirk Shepherd awaiting the winner of this one. Peter Wright, the defending champion, world number 2, of course.
123.
We'll see them in action later on this evening, part of a star-studded evening session. Wright, Van Gerwen, Mensur Suljovic, Darrell Gurney. The King, Mervyn King against Paul Nicholson. Big John Henderson in the seeds, taking on James Wade, and the world champion Rob Cross against Vincent van der Voort in the final game of the night. Could be a belter.
Yep, still 3 matches to come after this one this afternoon. Michael Smith against Aaron Monk in the battle of former world youth champions. Then Kim Huybrechts against Kyle Anderson. And Simon the Wizard Whitlock taking on Jan Dekker to bring this afternoon's session to a close. Only seen one seeded player fall so far. That was Jelle Klaassen. But Noppert
is producing some Houdini darts in this match. That one at double 10 was impressive. That one, he seems to have Handbrake turned it in sideways into the treble 20.
Yeah, we've mentioned this before. His darts do land in all sorts of angles, but seem to be very, very effective. Now then, treble 19. Bullseye for 127 and game.
Each on the 8th leg, Danny Noppert. I think it's Danny to throw first.
Not only a 127 in game, but a potentially crucial blow struck by the Dutchman. And the Welsh #1 must win all 3 remaining legs, 2 of them against the throw, against a man currently averaging 100.
84.
Big ask. Is Gerwyn Price big enough to provide the answers?
He's certainly up for it.
105.
Is he up to it? Needs 3 legs on the spin. A couple of them against the throw.
Great
response.
And
The former UK Open finalist made the quarter-finals of that tournament this year. Gerwyn Price seems to love it down in my net. Well, he's 5-3 down here, and just his general demeanour suggests he's actually enjoying being part of this. When, you know, in the dark days of his final stages of the Premier League, he certainly wasn't looking like he was enjoying it. He couldn't wait to get off the stage, he looked like.
128.
Well, he still feels there's a way back in this one. Gerwyn Price, perhaps, apart from the latter stages of the Premier League, is not a man known for throwing in the towel. Can he throw another one in there? To leave himself double 10. Wonderful response. The 127 superseded by the 128, and it's a good job that Danny Noppert stepped aside then. So he could have been at the back of the Glass Palace.
Game on.
Gerwyn Price a hold of throw away from taking us all the way to a last leg decider. The first 7 legs of this game were holds of throw. The last 2 have both been breaks. Both men have been hovering around that 100 average pretty much all the way through the game. 3-ton plus checkout.
44.
It may be another one that settles this.
Very impressive stuff this from Gerwyn Price. Back against the wall. Coming out swinging. Literally.
Well, look, this is the sort of stuff. 100-teens first 9 average, 102 overall average. This is the kind of stuff Gerwyn Price has been producing over the last couple of years that got him into the Premier League. And all right, we didn't see it in the Premier League.
59.
But it's not stopped him being able to produce it. And if he continues to produce it, he's going to win more titles. And he'll have a shot of getting back into the Premier League. Write this man off at your peril. He is a serious, serious dart player.
131.
This is a seriously good leg. Down to a double with his opponent back on 316.
59.
Now, does that damage Danny Noppert if he loses this leg in this visit? Or is he already thinking about the final leg and trying to conserve his energy and focus? Now we'll find out.
The final leg is Danny to throw first. Game on.
Bump of the fists and off we go. Danny Noppert has the advantage of throwing first, but he has been well beaten in the previous 2 legs. And maybe he is rattled. Or maybe not.
77.
Inconclusive.
Well, the semi-final in the Austrian Darts Open, Joe Cullen and Gerwyn Price played out a last leg decider, and it wasn't a very good one. Cullen's just put in a classy one against Martin Schindler. Price will need to find something similar, or something even better.
177.
That is magnificent. After going missing for a couple of legs, Danny Noppert fires in a 177. This isn't bad, is it?
108.
Arguably, that's even better.
177 Noppert, taken and raised to 180 by Gerwyn Price. The Welshman refusing to fold his hand.
44.
And look at that. Forces the mistake.
And looking to capitalise, Gerwyn Price.
130.
Yes, you could even hear the cry from Gerwyn Price. He leaves 105. And I'm pretty sure Gerwyn will look at the ball first dart, which would, if he hits it, leaves 15 and then one dart his favourite. If he hits the 25, it's 2 darts in his favourite double top.
Oh, look at that.
For the match, and look at this.
Bit of argy-bargy on the stage here at the European Darts Grand Prix. Does go for the ball, finds a 25, 2 tops to knock out Noppert.
65.
And just over the top.
And he requires
What
63.
a game of darts. Can Noppert clinch it? He has survived a match dart.
He's going to get 2 himself.
And he only needs the one. A magnificent game of darts between Danny Noppert and Gerwyn Price. 102 average for the Welsh #1, and still not enough. 101, there you go. Danny Noppert backs up his performance against Krzysztof Ratajski, and he's in the final day of a Euro Tour for the first time in his career.
Danny, congratulations. An incredible game of darts. And a bit of aggression from you there. We don't always see that.
He's an aggressive player, and I keep myself calm. And I win. And that's happened in the final leg. And then keep aggression against him. And I think I was a better player.
You are through to the final day of a Euro Tour for the first time, and importantly,
come through for me and play on this stage, and need to take a good rest and focusing for tomorrow.
having won titles in the BDO, does that give you an edge in coming to the PDC? You know what it takes to win, even if it's not against these particular players.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to play darts. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and I think I'm with the big guys, and
Well, we'll find out your face later. Congratulations, Danny. Danny Noppert, Noppy, through to the final day of the European Darts Grand Prix.